To put it nicely, most weekly procedural shows are easy to guess. Even when the bad guys push the heroes to their limits, in the end, it's the good guys who win. Even though the good guys always win at the end of NCIS, it is very different from other procedural shows. On NCIS, the good guys don't always win. There have been deaths that are very sad. Some things have been shockingly shown. There have been loved characters who have died or stopped being on the team. It could be why NCIS has been one of the most popular shows on TV for almost 20 years. Everything is possible. Here are 10 of the most shocking things to happen on NCIS. The fact that Gibbs killed Pedro Hernandez, the man who shot and killed his wife and daughter from a sniper position, did not surprise viewers. In season 3, the show showed this, but no one in the show's world knew this, and if they did, they didn't say anything. That changed in season 7. Abby was looking into a cold case when she found out that Gibbs killed Pedro Hernandez. It looked like Gibbs would finally have to face the consequences of his crimes, but Abby chose not to tell anyone, not even team members, so Gibbs' secret stayed hidden from everyone, except a few people like Vance. Gibbs and Fornell were friends for a long time, and they even had the same ex-wife. Even though they had fights, it was always NCIS versus the FBI, which had nothing to do with them as people. In season 15, episode 15, Burden of Proof, Gibbs had to make a hard choice. Gabriel Hicks said that the NCIS set him up for murder years ago. This case came back to haunt Fornell. It turned out that he did go to prison because the evidence against him was made up, but Fornell did it because he knew Hicks was guilty. Gibbs went to court and testified against Fornell. This helped get Hicks out of jail, and the FBI made Fornell quit. Even though the verdict was changed, Gibbs helped show that Hicks was guilty later in the season. In the season 11 episode Kill Chain, the NCIS team looked for a stolen drone that could help stop a terrorist group. This was when the team was trying to catch Benham Parsa, the leader of the Brotherhood of Doubt, but they weren't able to stop the terrorist act. That's when Parza sent the drone to bomb the Conrad Gala when Timothy McGee and his girlfriend Delilah were at. When the drone hit, Timothy was outside, but Delilah was inside and got hit by shrapnel. After this, Delilah had to use a wheelchair, but everything worked out in the end because she and Timothy got married and had kids. Gibbs has avoided a lot of danger in his life, but the season 12 finale did not go well. The team was in Iraq, but Gibbs was on his own. He found a girl who seemed suspicious and followed her. The leader of the Calling, Daniel Budd, then called Dinozo, but one of the young boys the Calling had asked to join walked out and shot Gibbs twice, which was the last thing that happened in the season. At the start of the next season, Gibbs was fighting for his life and dreaming about bad times from his past. When Gibbs came back, he had changed a lot. The NCIS team was constantly putting themselves in perilous situations, but fortunately, the people they cared about were only harmed a few times as a result of their actions. One of these instances occurred in the 10th season's episode titled Shabbat Shalom. During that episode, Ziva was there along with her father, Eli, when Leon Vance and his wife Jackie were having dinner with them. Even though they were in the middle of their meal, Ziva got up and left the house to give Gibbs a call. While she is having this conversation with Gibbs, someone opens fire on the house, and as a result, Leon's son Eli and his son's wife Jackie are both killed. The order to kill was given by Alon Bodner, who was in charge of second in command for Eli. Two shocking occurrences took place in the final episode of the 5th season. After the previous director of NCIS, Jenny Shepard, was killed in a gunfight, the team was tasked with determining what occurred during the time that the new director, Leon Vance, was in charge. After doing some investigating, Gibbs came to the realization that the person Jenny attempted to kill 9 years ago was a former assassin. season. Since Gibbs was responsible for the death of the assassin's lover, she has returned to exact her revenge. In the end, Gibbs and Franks managed to put an end to the murderer, and then they destroyed Jenny's home in order to cover up the fact that she had passed away. Vance disbanded the team at the conclusion of season 5 as a direct result of this. Ziva was dispatched back to Israel, McGee was moved to the Cyber Crimes Division, and Tony was assigned to the USS Ronald Reagan before Gibbs was given a new team to lead. Family First and episodes from season 13 had the most emotional episode in NCIS history. When Ziva David's house was blown up, the team found out that she was dead. Just as Tony was about to break down, he found out something even worse. Tolly is Ziva's daughter and her dad is Tony. He thinks about the times he spent with Ziva and admits that he has never been someone else's whole life before. In the end, DiNozzo decides to leave NCIS to start a family. Although Abby's departure from NCIS was to be anticipated, the manner in which it took place was quite unexpected. In the episode titled One Step Forward, Reeves was with Abby after they had successfully solved the case and assisted a homeless veteran. However, just as they were about to leave together, a thief approached them. After Reeves handed the robber his money, the robber opened fire on Abby, who was attempting to assist Reeves. After Reeves passed away, Abby rushed herself to the nearest hospital. It turned out that the thief had been hired to kill her by a man that Abby was responsible for sending to jail many years ago. In the end, Abby made the decision to stop working for NCIS and move to London so that she could assist Reeves in establishing a charitable organization that he had always desired to found. The character Ziva, who was portrayed by Cote de Pablo, was believed to have passed away earlier in the show. However, her body was never located. When the 16th season of NCIS was broadcast, there were hints dropped that she might still be alive. These hints were validated when she suddenly materialized in Gibbs' cellar in episode 24, demonstrating that they were correct. The viewers of the show were taken aback by the unexpected turn the plot took, but they were pleased to see her make an appearance again. The death of Caitlin Todd, who was portrayed by Sasha Alexander and occurred in season 2, was by far the most shocking event that took place. It was the first time that one of the main characters passed away on NCIS, and it was also the show's most shocking moment up to that point. The fact that Caitlin was shot in the head made her passing an especially upsetting experience for viewers. Because of this, it was impossible for the show's writers to include her in the following season's episodes. These have to be 10 of the most shocking moments from the show for sure. That's all the time we had for today.
I might give it to Al, the janitor. His wife's been in the hospital, and they could probably use him pick-me-up.
You were fighting with your mother before she was killed, and now you're about to skip town?
I said I'm not going anywhere. They don't live in the streets or in shelters.
It is safer to sleep in a car or on someone's couch if you have kids.
Exactly. She loved taking pictures, so she cashed in her 401k to start a photography studio.